I'd rather have 2 or 3 little base hits than nothing. I like those little base hits, man. They add up. Good morning. 360. I told you guys to buy WLRF when it was at 18 cents. It's 44 cents. It's for $10. Nice, Bob. 203 to 215. CYN 190 to 214. ELAB sucked. Yeah, it pulled down hard. Went from 339 to 450. That's a pretty good trade. Definitely sucks that it came down, for sure. No doubt about that. Good morning. Kathleen, good morning. Vicky, good morning. 198 to 218. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Let me look at the 3-month chart again. Where are we at for a low here? Where are we at for a low? ELAB 313, 314, 303, 310, around 315, 320. Twenty. Good morning. $322. Come on down. Keep coming down. We'll pick up a little bit more and try it a second time around. CYN still trying. Hold up. I suspect this is going over 225 here very shortly. Sure feels like it. Mask, M-A-S-K, initiates a strategic procurement for Makaila AI Data Center project. AGMH accelerates global AI supply chain construction through financing. CYN trying. ELAB. 320. Let's put an order down here. Down 6%. Gary, good morning. Good morning, everybody on TikTok. Let's see. AZI. We're trying the dip again. I'm trying the dip here on eLab. Looking at the 3-month chart, looking at the lows on this stock. We hit 310 back in January. We hit 314 in January and 303 in January, and that was the low. NPT 651 to 622. Nice job, JR. Good trade. Let's see. CYN. Let's go back and look at CYN, see where this one's at. There's that 320. And I said it was going to pop up to 325. There's 327. Boom. Nice. Holding up pretty good on that NVIDIA news. So far, looking on the 5-minute chart, doesn't look terrible. It looks pretty good on the 5-minute. Just hit 227, or excuse me, yeah, 227. Let's see if it'll go any higher. 227. Evero, good morning. 13K views and still going. Yeah, that's pretty cool, isn't it? I was pretty excited at 10,000 views. NPT still pushing up. Texion Holdings. Texon. Pushing back. This is the 5-minute chart. NPT. Starting to push itself up there. Let's take a look at, NPT, nice pump right there. eLab. Big sell-off on ELAB. Look at that 5-minute chart. Man, it really got beat up. Let's go back and look at NPT again. Still hanging tough. Check on the 1-minute chart. Marco, good morning. Mass GI, waiting on some good press releases here. NPT, looks like it might be trying to push back over $8 again. Good morning. Cold, chilly morning here in Central Florida. Again, 29 degrees. Now it's up to 30 now, so it's warming up. The high today is only 66. The high tomorrow is 72. Hey, we're getting back to some normal Florida weather, maybe, with a low of only 50. I like that. Weekend's still going to be chilly, but goes up to 72 tomorrow and then back down to 56. Crazy weather. This weather is bananas, man. Just craziness. CYN, let's look at NPT. Well, NPT went back over 8 as suspected. NPT 651, same entry out at 8. Another great trade, JR. Looks like 8's coming up again on NPT. Texon Holdings. Haven't got any really great press releases this morning other than CYN. CYN had a press release at 7 regarding a continued partnership with NVIDIA. So it's done well. Popped from like $1.71 to $2.28 so far. Kind of floating around here at $2.12 at the moment. But we really haven't had any really big press releases. Let's see what 8 o'clock is going to give us. ASBP. They got an award, so that's nothing. AQMS. Aqua Metals and American Battery Factory announce a proposed strategic collaboration. That's on AQMS. FDA meeting. SOAR. Collaboration with NIMI Resources. SOAR. Let's see, Circle. CRCL, which is Circle. It's a $60 stock. Hecto Financial integrates with Circle Payments Network to enable stablecoin-based payments. SOAR, SOAR, that's the one with the collaboration with NIMI Resources. It's up about 18%. Let's take a look at NPT. Boom! NPT. 843. Let's see, we just hit 850. CMND, Microfloat. CMND, excellent achievements for Clear Minds, was included in the U.S. Congress Emerging Therapies Bill to expand veteran access to innovative treatments. It's on CMND. It's listed as a microfloat on scans, but what it has listed is really low, so I'm not sure I believe that, but it is listed as a microfloat. SOAR now up 22%, bouncing around. Circle, MSA, a lot of class action lawsuits. James, 788 to 889 on NPT. Good trade. Now let's go back and look at ELAB. ELAB's trying to curl up, but got a lot of wacky candle action going on ELAB. Big, massive spikes up. Don't pay no attention to that. That'll get you hurt. PDYN trying to push back up. That's that Paladine AI. Spiked up beautifully this morning. Right at 7 o'clock this morning, it spiked up from like $6.94 up to $8.04. Fell back down, been really fluctuating pretty hard here since 7. It's just now starting to come to life again. SCNX provides a commercial update on their Arbli, the first FDA-approved ready-to-use oral suppression of losartan potassium. That's on SCNX. Now, let's go look at NPT. Oh God. You can't make this stuff up, man. Look at NPT. Holy shnikes. We were just talking about it getting over $8. Following along for it to get over $8. And kaboom, $30. Oh my gosh. What in the heck happened? What in the world happened? What in the world happened? APVO Microfloat announces leadership transition to support their next phase of growth. Did anybody lock in up there? There was a bunch of you trading that in the mid $7 range, mid 770, 762, 780. Did anybody lock in on that pop? I just need one of you. Oh, Mark got 777 to 1975. Beautifully done. Oh my, oh my. Brian had 770 to 1220, and right after he sold, it boomed, exploded. Oh. A gentleman never tells, but we're eating good today. Oh gosh. Oh my, oh my. Those are fun. Look at it's coming down. Plenty of time to get out. If you were in the $7 range, there's plenty of time to get out at a really good profit. That boomed insane. Wow. Jalou said he missed it. He was in the shower and missed it. Oh my. What a hell of a spike. That shot from $8.77 to $30.15 in a 1 minute candle. That was brilliant. Amber, good morning. Oh my God, those are so much fun. Vince, good morning. Hunter, yeah, we were talking about NPT trading that on those lower spikes down there. Between $6, $5, $6 up to the $8 range. We had quite a few Wolfpack members trading that one and holding on to it. I was hoping there'd be at least one or two that held long enough to catch that spike. ELAB back up over 3 again, so we're in the money. on ELAB again. Took the dip on ELAB. This is my second go around on this stock. I took the stock the first time on the news, sold on the way down, bought the dip, and we're back in the money again. So we'll trade this one twice here. SCNX, I've got a float on that one, Bob, of 33 million, according to scans. So NPT, it's up about 141%. GXAI. Amazon AWS funds Gaxos AI sales platform development. GXAI. Go look at it. Let's see where it's going. That's the news. Hot off the press. GXAI. Let's see what happens with it here. Looks like it's pulled back here a little bit. Down to 173. What's it going to do? 191. Boom. It's up 39%. 198. 204. 6 million public float here. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Go, go, go. $201. Let's get up over 201. Let's look at the 3-month chart. See if we got any gaps to fill here. Not looking like it. Back to today. Boy, oh boy. What a morning. GXI trying to push. It's up 42%. Come on. Finley James got it from 183 to 204. Good trade. Go back and look at my ELAB. Pulled back down again. CYN hanging tough. NPT still getting pulled down. Mark got it from 177 to 202. Nate 177 to 204. Don 179 to 2. Good trades. Wolfpack is eating. Wolfpack is doing pretty good. NNOX receives FDA 510 clearance for TAP 2D, a new image enhancement capability for Nanox. That's on NNOX. Looks like it's got about a 65 million public float. Let's take a look here at NPT coming down. CYN pulling down just a little bit. ELAB doing the same. GXAI 209, still looking pretty strong there on the 1 minute chart. Yeah, Scott, I didn't see that coming either, from $8 to 30. Nobody saw that coming. Cindy, 174 to 210. Terry, good morning. GXAI for Jalou got 180 to 210. Nice little trade. Nothing wrong with those trades. Good little base hits. See if GXAI. Let me reread the news for you. Amazon AWS funds Gaxos AI sales platform development. Amazon Web Services, which is AWS, has committed to fund the preliminary development of Gaxos Labs' innovative AI-powered sales coaching platform, positioning Gaxos to compete in the multi-billion-dollar sales technology market. That's the news on GXAI with a 6.5 million public float. All right. Well, beginning next week, we're going to be going live. The only social media platform that we're going to be going live on is YouTube. We'll still post our daily trading updates on TikTok, continue to post what the Wolfpack's doing and what kind of stocks we got in the mornings and what stocks ran for us and all that kind of stuff. We'll still put some content out on TikTok and keep everybody updated. But the only place we'll be live in the mornings, like we are right now, is on YouTube. And we'll be doing that on Traveling Trade Adventures. Traveling Trade Adventures. So if you go to YouTube and you want to find us, that's where you'll be finding us live, is Traveling Trade Adventures. And that's going to start on Monday. So we'll continue to be with you here at 7:45 on TikTok for the rest of the week. But after that, you'll have to find us on YouTube. GXAI, waiting for that next bump up. Hopefully that hits. Let's see. 41,203. Let's see if it breaks here. Oh man, it's getting pulled down. Yeah, Bob, I agree with you. Amazon Web Services, Amazon is funding your company for development on something you're working on. That's pretty big news. And I would think retail would think the same and respond accordingly. But gosh, we never know how retail is going to respond to these dumb things. So, anywho, all right. we're going to be popping over now to Traveling Trade Adventures on YouTube. So we will see you guys tomorrow morning. Hopefully you guys can make, or did make, a relatively good trade on GXAI. It may still pop up yet this morning. I think it's pretty good news. Should pop up decent. But again, you just never know how retail traders are going to absorb news, whether it's good or bad or not. I think it's pretty good news, but that's just my personal opinion. But right now, as you can see, the stock price is getting pulled down, so a lot of people taking profit on this thing. But maybe they'll get worn out and the buyers will come in and push it back up over 2 again. You just never know. Let's take a look at NPT one last time together before we say goodbye to TikTok. NPT pushing back up to 12. Took a dip down there to about $9, $9.15 or so, and then back to 12. Boy, that was sure an anomaly. That was a weird anomaly. For it to spike from 825 up to 30. That was just bizarre. So, all right, you guys have a great day of trading. We're going to be over on Traveling Trade Adventures on YouTube. That's what you need to search for on YouTube. It's going to be live just like it is here. No different. You get the same thing. So we encourage you to pop over there if you want to see it. Starting Monday, that's the only place we're going to be. But we will continue to post content on TikTok. We just won't be doing lives on TikTok. So you guys have a great day, and we'll see you over on YouTube. God bless. Made 0 on TikTok today. $0. $0. Make you holla. $0. Victoria, good morning. GXAI trying to push back up, getting a nice big push here. Let's see if it pops over 2. Yeah, I saw that, Terry. I've had days on there. Throw out a press release to them that runs 200% and they won't even tap the screen. Or even thank you. You don't even get a thank you for a 200% runner. I guess I certainly would be very appreciative. Oh, gosh. But that's all right. We'll get some love on YouTube. Patricia, good morning. You're right, Brian. I get it on. I get it on Zoom every day. There's two. GXAI back up over two. Come on, stay up over two. I just wish, man, if that float was a little bit lower on GXAI. It's only 6.5 million, which is really, really good. That's a really good float. But if it was just a little bit lower, that thing really could go crazy. It's just not popping off. You're right. It's just not getting that big influx of volume that it needs at just the right moment. All right, let's see what other press releases we've got popping in here. NOx. It's struggling. I still think it's pretty good news. Good morning. That's why I just wait till 7:45 and stay with you on YouTube. Carrie, you have a great day. Stay warm. Well, the temp's up to 34 now. We've gone up 4 degrees in the last hour. Look at FIEE. FIEE Incorporated. Little bit of a push right there. Not sure what's causing that. FIEE. Yeah, tomorrow it's supposed to get up in the 70s here tomorrow, and then right back down into the 50s again the next day. Florida can't make up its mind. No Panama Jack hat, so I'm guessing I haven't missed anything too good. Well, we had NPT, I suppose. I could have put the hat on for that one, but that wasn't off of a press release that I mentioned. So didn't put the hat on for that one. I like to save the hat for a press release when I mention a press release and it goes up over 100% on the press release. Look at NPT, it's only up 68% now. Right back down to where it started. Oh. Panama Jeff, not Jack. Terry. GTBP awarded Gen 3 assured services contracts totaling 7 figures with new international defense customer. GTBP, Golf, Tango, Bravo, Papa, GTBP, 9 million public float. OLB announces transformational spinoff. Shareholders to receive equity in 2 distinct public companies. It's on OLB, 3 million public float. JYD microfloat. JYD Logistics certified as an Alibaba verified supplier. Yeah, it's a bit fluffy kind of news, but it is a microfloat, so worthy of at least taking a look at it, see if it starts to move. Let's see. Let's take a look at GXAI going sideways. NPT's really getting pulled back down again. PDYN, same. ANL, same. AZI down. Let's look at that GTBP on that press release. Nothing happening there except down. Let's look at the microfloat JYD. No volume, not moving, and no volume. That's a big thing to pay attention to, is that volume. Well, it doesn't look like 830. Didn't give us anything here. QTRX announces FDA 510 submission for a multi-analyte algorithmic blood test for Alzheimer's disease. QTRX. It's a 36 million public float, but not much volume there yet. So 830 rather. Really nothing to speak of. Just some fluffy news. So we're going to continue looking. GTBP, let's look at AZI, Lab. Let's take a look at CYN. PT still getting pulled down. GXAI back over 2. Anybody hold on to GXAI through that ugly dip, or buy the dip? Better yet. Bought the dip. Good deal. Yep. TED 187. Randy bought the dip. Let's get this thing pushed up here. I still think it's pretty good news, man. I really do think that's good news. As far as news goes, if you're using news as a catalyst, Amazon investing in your business development is, as far as news goes, that's pretty good news. I mean, but like I keep telling you, we just never know how retail traders are going to respond to that kind of news. I would think that they would respond rather well. I mean, it's up 43%. I would have thought, honestly, that would have ran over 100% on that news. That was my first sort of visceral gut response to that press release was, wow, Amazon investing, this one's going to go. That was kind of my first gut feeling on that. And I thought I was right on the money there when it took off, because it ran from 140 to 218 really quick. And I thought, wow, this is going to be the one that goes over 100 for us today. And then it just kind of fizzled out. So I don't know. It's hanging in there. With any luck, it's up 46%. Maybe we'll get 100 out of it today. 186 to 205, half out. Thank you. You're very welcome. Scott in at 188. Everybody's got a pretty decent entry. That dip down to 171. If anybody got the dip around 170, between 175 or so, that was a pretty good dip buy. But it's really struggling, as you can see. That always makes me nervous. Let me go back and look at that JYD. Still no volume on that stock. This thing is having a hard time staying above 2. Any guesses? What do you guys think that'll go to? You think that's pretty well done on GXAI? I think Bob mentioned earlier he thought it might go up to 5, but I'm not that optimistic, thinking it'll go to 5, maybe between 250 and 270 maybe, if it gets enough volume, but I don't know. It's having a hell of a time here at $2. Steve, you have a great day. More class action lawsuits. Not much moving in the market this morning here. We had a kind of a fun little ride there with NPT, but nothing real spectacular other than that one. That was a anomaly. Scanning down through all the press releases that we've gotten this morning. Um, GXAI, the one we're watching right now, it's up 40%. Um, PDYN is up 11%. That's about it. There hasn't been any press releases really that have just. Yeah, CYN was good news. I stand behind that one. That was pretty good news. Just nothing. CYN had really good news. Now they working with NVIDIA, the collaboration with NVIDIA. That's a good catchy headline. That's a good headline on for news to help push the price up. And GXAI, the one we're watching right now, that one also had what I would consider really good news. And that one was the one that Amazon Web Services, or AWS as it's called, is helping to fund their research and development of their labs, which is pretty good news. Those two, as far as news goes, as far as headlines are concerned, those two are the catchy ones. Those are the two that would catch the most attention from retail. But everything else been kind of fluffy. Kind of fluffy. So I don't know. I think GXAI could go 250 with enough volume. If it gets a bunch of volume, I think it could go 250, maybe 270. That would be a conservative estimate with volume. But look at it right now. Retail's just not treating this one very well right now. They're not showing it much love. They're not giving it much love. They're just not showing it any love. But who knows? We might get a good one. Let's see. CYCU, hot off the press. CYCU secures strategic U.S. based manufacturing partner to scale domestic silicone anode battery production. That's a repeat. CYCU. That's a repeat. Hunter, man, I don't know. And that's an honest to God's answer. I don't know if it'll pop it open or not. I like the news, but just because I like it doesn't mean it's going to go. But let's see if we can get another pop. Get a dip here on GXAI and then see if we can get a pop back up. Nuke, NUKK, just filed an 8K, price moving up. NUKK, they filed an 8K filing. They won a multi-year defense contract to build Iron Dome components. NUKK. Darn good. You have a great day. Pinky, you have a great day as well. So let's take a look at Nuke, NUKK, on that press release. Let's see what it's doing. 12 million public float. Only 288,000 shares traded on it so far. 299, 300,000, 310,000. A lot of sell. There's a lot of selling there. Lots of selling. People taking profit. Lots of profit taking. Considering taking a dip here on GXAI. Watching it. Vicky, you have a great day. Can someone explain the trick here? Well, all we're doing is informing everyone of the press releases as they hit the market. So you can get a jump on a stock that may start moving because of a press release. I've got about 5 news scanners running, and any press release that hits the market pop up for me, and I'm just reading off the press releases, making everybody aware of them. looking for a dip here now on GXAI. Get it right in there. I'm not sure where this is going to start reversing. I think we'll try it. Nuke up 20% on that press release. Nuke up 22%, 24%, up over $3. I don't know. You might be on a delay. I don't know. I'm reading them out as soon as they come out. One of the things you have to remember on these penny stocks, a lot of times when the press release comes out, they will spike. They'll spike up on the, if you're watching it on the 1 minute time frame, as soon as the news comes out, it will spike way up on the 1 minute candle. And then the next candle, it might pop a little bit, but a lot of times what it'll do is it'll pop up on that first 1 minute candle and then pull back, and it'll drop down because you get a lot of sell off on that first candle. It'll drop back down. That's where I'm looking for the buy-in, when it pulls back on that first time. And then you get the nice slow, steady climb back up, and that's where I make the trade. Now, sometimes, depending on how good the news is, it'll spike on the first candle, the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, and it'll just keep going. And of course, you got to play that by ear and watch and play it accordingly. But a lot of times, if you're patient enough, you'll see it spike on the first candle, maybe the second candle, and then it pulls down. And that's where you're looking for that dip buy. That's where you're looking for it to jump, pull back right after the news, and then ride it back up again. We're competing with computers here. You have to remember, a lot of what you're seeing when this press release comes out is computers. The algorithms on these computers recognize news, and this is fact. You can Google it, you can look it up. It's fact. Those trading bots, when a press release comes out, a lot of times what happens, you see a stock spike from 65 cents to $1.20 on the first candle, and it happens so fast, and I'm talking within microseconds. It spikes way up, and you're thinking to yourself, how in the heck can anybody have gotten into that? The news literally just came out a second ago, and it's already jumped that high. How is that even possible? That's not humans doing that. That's computers doing that. Those bots, when a press release comes out, they're specifically set up to those AIs, they understand what good news is. They understand, they're looking for keywords, key phrases. They understand it. And what they do is, as soon as that news comes out, the computer, the bot will go in and it'll buy everything on the ask side. It'll buy up all those orders on the ask side to get in. And because it does that, it chews up everything on the ask side and it shoves the price way up within seconds. But then what happens is it sits back and waits to see if retail is going to respond accordingly. And all of a sudden, retail sees it go up, and then everybody starts jumping in, and the computers use that as liquidity to get out. So they're waiting for everybody to jump in on that big spike, and the computer says, now I've got some buyers for my shares that I bought on the way up, and it starts selling, and the price drops back down, leaving a bunch of people with bags. So it's really a kind of a smart idea when the news comes out, let it spike and then wait for the pullback, wait for everybody that's buying in as the computer's selling on the way down. And then if the news truly is pretty good, the buyers will come in. The buyers will be there if the news is really good, and it will push back up again. And that's where we take the ride, the pullback and then the ride back up again. What you don't want to do is FOMO on that first candle. Even that second candle can get you because it'll spike way up, and then the second candle looks like it's starting to go, and then zoom, straight down it comes. So, and it doesn't happen that way 100% of the time. It doesn't do that every single time. Sometimes it will go up and up and up and up because the news is so good that the buyers just overwhelm everything and just it goes crazy, especially if it's a micro float. 290 to 310 on Nuke. Nice. It's just computers. Pre-market is all computerized. There's some brokers out there working pre-market. You bet you there are. Absolutely. But these big, huge brokerage firms, these are multi-billion-dollar companies, and they've got computers doing all the trading in pre-market. And we can't beat the computer. You can't get in faster than the computer. You can't sell faster than the computer. You just can't. It's humanly impossible. These things are doing micro trades in seconds, milliseconds. They're picking up orders and selling orders in microseconds. They're just too fast, and you can't compete against it. So you just have to learn how to play them. That's really all it is. You just have to learn the patterns and learn to play them the correct way. It just takes time and practice, and lots of time to get used to it. If you're brand new to trading, you're not going to beat a computer. I mean, you're just not. Imagine playing chess for the first time. Maybe you've been playing chess for a week and you play against a chess computer. You're not going to beat it. You're just not. That's just how it is. VOXR announces record 2025 annual and quarterly receipts and exceeds their annual guidance. VOXR. ONDS secures a strategic defense contract in Asia Pacific as part of its global expansion. AVN. PRLD receives FDA clearance of an investigational new drug application. GXAI, trying. Man versus machine. Yeah, that's about right. NPT. Let's look at NPT. Is that going back up? Oops. NPT looks like it's trying to curl back up, isn't it? There's no way that thing spikes again like that. There's no way. Couple of stocks doing reverse split today, coming off of a reverse split, I should say. SXTC. That one's going to be trading today under a new float on post-adjusted numbers here on the reverse split. And Edible, EDBL, coming off of a reverse split. And keep in mind, when these come off of reverse splits, sometimes you can't trade them right away. When they start trading, you might have to wait 40 minutes, maybe a couple hours. Some platforms will let you trade them right away. Others will make you wait. Nuke, NUKK, again, wins a multi-year defense contract for the Iron Dome components. That's a repeat press release. All right. NPT, trying. GXAI, hanging in there. Nuke, trying to go back up after that ugly fall. GTBP, trying to curl back up. Well, I got to tell you, we only had 2 press releases today that really, to me, amounted to much. GXAI and CYN. And neither one of them right now are performing very well. But to me, those were really about the only 2 that really looked interesting at all. Anybody see anything right now that's going up? That's getting any kind of momentum going here? Let's see, where's Fat Pipe Inc.? Not really. INLF? No. NPT's not. What about SOAR? Now, Soar got a nice pump there for a little bit, as you can see. Nice climb up. About a 72 to 82. About a 15-cent spike, but it's getting yanked down hard as well. I'm not seeing anything. Best to just keep your powder dry, as they say, and wait. Let me post that Discord link. Somebody was asking about Discord. There's Discord. For everybody on Zoom, if you got bumped out of Discord for one reason or another, there's the link. I just posted it on Zoom. So that link should take you back in on Discord. Now let's go look at GXAI. $176, $177, $79. Boy, it sure be nice to see that get back up over 2 again. Sure would be nice to see it get back over that. There just ain't anything popping. No news. Nuke's not running. GXAI is trying. Scott got 170. Ted, yeah, I miss the old E-Trade as well. I think a lot of people do. I'm not the only one. I miss the old E-Trade Pro. JR 651 to 820 on NPT. Another great trade, JR. Got to scalp them. Just one of those kind of mornings where you got to get what you can get and get out quick. These are quick in and outs for a lot of these, unfortunately. Definitely not a what I would call a stellar pre-market, that's for sure. Not the kind we're used to. NPT trying so hard to pop. 827. It's all over the place. Yeah, those base hits add up, JR, don't they? Get a few of them in a row throughout the day. A few here and there. They do add up a little bit. Thank you for hitting the subscribe button on Traveling Trade Adventures too. I do appreciate that. Let's see. SGMO. SGMO just announced a $25 million underwritten offering. At 47 cents a piece. And the stock price currently is 49. Watching NPT at the moment on the screen, waiting to see if that thing's going to pop up again. Keep an eye on that one for some weirdness. That's the one that popped to $30 this morning. I'm not under any disillusion that that's going to pop to 30 again, but it's pretty interesting. Anybody take the dip on GXAI? Down there around 167, 168. I don't know what that's going to do. I like the news, but that sell-off really hurt, man. That sell-off from $2 down to $1.76 was brutal. And it's just had a heck of a time ever since. It's just not able to get back up there again. You quickly scan down through all the press releases again. Iron's in 170. Remember, this is my birthday month. This is my birthday this month. So, what do you know what happened to TCGL? Hang on a minute. SRXH significantly reduces their short position of cryptocurrency amidst the current market volatility. Let's see, PRLD says that the FDA has given them permission to proceed with their phase 1 clinical trial. Let's look at APT. Got a few press releases popping up, but nothing good. Man, it's been not a great day for press releases. We're going to put this day behind us. Maybe after hours will give us something cool, though. TCGL. Let's look that up. TCGL. As far as the volatility there on that stock on TCGL, the company put out a press release saying it was not aware of any material, non-public information that it could explain such a massive stock movement. Based on company fundamentals, and there was absolutely no reason for it to do what it did. And most analysts are saying take profit and do not buy at current levels. Now that was put out a few days ago, that press release. But there's no reason for it to do that. Just extreme volatility, FOMO. It's hard to say. But there was no press release, that drove it, or the company. Even the company was flabbergasted at, baffled at why it would go up like it did. GXAI trying so hard. CYN is struggling. Man, I don't know. Not good. Ralph I was talking about TCGL. The stock went from $8.90 to 355 in 2 days. And that extreme volatility, they halted it. They suspended trading on it. And according to the company and any market analysts, there was no reason for it to do that. FOMO be the only thing I could put to it. And a small float. It had a 3 million public float. So you add the small float, people FOMOing, just, and then again, like any stock, once it starts to go, it creates FOMO and it creates hype. And it becomes a meme stock, and everybody wants a piece of it. And the more people that jump in, the higher it goes, especially on a float like that. And there was no reason for it to go that high. The company even put out a press release saying we have no idea why it would do that. And there's nothing going on behind the scenes with the company that's of significance that would cause it. And the company cautioned people about buying it because it probably going to fall into the dirt if they ever release it. TIRX announces groundbreaking USD $1.5 billion plan to acquire 15,000 Bitcoin. TIRX. It's 11-cent stock. $11.6. It's sitting at about $11.4 right now. $11.6, between $11.4 and $11.6. Little cheap penny stock. I've got, well, I don't have a float on that one. Scans has NA. Groundbreaking plan to acquire 15,000 Bitcoins. That was 9 cents. Lance says TIRX is a China scam. Always be careful on penny stocks, especially them cheapies. They're good for a quick trade, but don't stay in them too long. Don't stay. It's at 11.6 right now. So just a fuzz over 11 and a half pennies. 11.7. 11.8. It's up 57%. Let's take a look at SOAR. SOAR, if I was sitting on, it's 927 with SOAR, again, personal opinion, not financial advice. If I was sitting on SOAR right now on a profit, I would take my profit before the market opened. But that's just my personal opinion. It's not financial advice. I don't know if it's going to go up or go down. I have no clue. I just know my style of trading is that I try not to hold anything going into open. I never hold anything going to open unless it has a press release that I feel 100% confident is a banger. And that press release cannot be denied. And I'm really confident that I think that price is going to go up based on the information I have. I'll hold it into open. But I try not to ever hold anything going. Open is too volatile. That first 10 minutes, 15 minutes of trading from 9:30 to 9:40, 9:45 is crazy. And I don't like being a part of it. Because sometimes, a stock is doing really great in pre-market and in total crash when the market opens. And I've seen it so many times that I've just learned over time not to trust it. But I really don't know what's, I don't know what's going to go up or down. I have no clue. TIRX is at 12.5 now. For those of you who've been following along with that, it's up 65%. And their new investment in Bitcoin. Bitcoin news used to be really hot news. And every company that said they were buying Bitcoin or investing in cryptocurrency, those stock prices would go crazy. Loved them. Loved those press releases. But it's not so much anymore. They're not as hot as they used to be. So let's see what TIRX does. Who knows? It's up 64% and climbing. It's up to 13.5 now. It's gone up 2.5 pennies since we mentioned it. Now it's up to 14. Tapped 15. Up 81%, 83%. That thing might get us up there. Now let's take a look at our GXAI. Tried to bump up, didn't it? Let's take a look at SOAR. You guys were asking about SOAR. Up, down, back up again. They're so volatile in that first 10, 15 minutes when the market opens. TIRX now up 90%. We might get 100% out of that dumb thing, out of that press release. 92, 93. SOAR, look at SOAR now busting off. 97, 98, 102% on TIRX off of that press release. I'll be dang. You guys should have gotten a little bit out of that. 120% now. NPT halted coming down. That's a good reason why we don't hold it open. That's a good example of what happens. That's why we don't hold going into open. Ask JR if he ever holds going into open. TIRX, you guys should have gotten a little bit out of that one. That 11 cents up to 16 cents should have paid off pretty good for you. Beach Bum 171 to 188 on GXAI. Nice. Now, hopefully you guys took advantage of the spike like you're supposed to. All right. Tripped over your feet going. Oh, gosh. Run it through. All right. Well, it's time for me to go get some breakfast. You guys have a beautiful day. Hopefully you made some money on TIRX. You got in around that 11, 12 cent range. It spikes to 15, 16. And you say, you know what? That's good. And get out and locked it in. SOAR popping nicely. All right. You guys have a great day. I'll see you in Wolfpack. I'll see you on Zoom at 4 o'clock today. We'll be here. Save some dry powder in case we get a really good press release in after hours. I need one myself. I need a really good press release to feel like I've done something today with trading. So have a great day. Stay warm. And I'll see you guys at 4 o'clock on Zoom. Traveling Trade Adventures, you guys have a beautiful day. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for for hitting the subscribe button. Unfortunately, we didn't have a lot of big bangers here this morning, but maybe tomorrow morning we will. 7:45 right here. You guys have a good one. Stay safe and stay